Female hips are one of the most recognizable and beautiful aspects of a natural woman. Women have wider hips for carrying children, where the navel tends to actually sit below the hip indentation on the torso. Men typically have quite narrow hips with a straight up and down body contour and a navel that sits below the waist indentation. In real females, the shoulders tend to fall in line with the hips. Do you notice how large the heads are on some of these elite? Looks like a couple ribs are missing on that rib cage. As transvestigations have been produced, another aspect that usually outs an elite transgender is rib removal. The rib removal creates an artificial waist, but at the same time reveals the artificiality of the proportions because the shoulders become far too wide. Cher was rumored to have ribs removed, and her gender was publicly questioned when she began her career. Marilyn Monroe was also rumored to have ribs removed, and you can clearly see the scar in this picture, and also you can clearly see the body frame of a man. These are the before and afters of 2 chin implant surgeries. Notice how dramatically it changes the silhouette of the face, but how subtle the effect really is. Here we have the before and afters of 4 hip implant surgeries. They will never pass as the true hips of a woman. Only a false Hollywood-sold fantasy inversion. Some of you will ask about the voices of these elite transgenders and why they are feminine sounding. Have you ever really considered the idea that what you are hearing is just a prepubescent male voice all grown up without a puberty? No? I will show you a clip of what is possible with surgery. Notice how it is a science in and of its own, but remember that if someone has been castrated in prepubescence, they will maintain the pitch of their prepubescent voice. The elite know exactly how this works.
Rainbow passage. When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors. These take the shape of a long round arch, with its path high above, and its 2 ends apparently beyond the horizon.
Rainbow passage. When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors. These take the shape of a long arch, with its path high above, and its 2 ends apparently beyond the horizon. There is, according to legend, a boiling pot of gold at one end. People look, but no one ever finds it. When a man looks for something beyond his reach, his friends say he's looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
If you made it this far, I hope you are okay. That feeling of every nerve from the top of your neck to the bottom of your spine electrified, buzzing, it's the truth, and the truth is something we are conditioned to understand as something more frightening than fiction. But what is truly frightening? That for an entire lifetime you have spent thousands of hours in front of a television screen, absorbing the blatant glorification of transgenderism, and probably spent your most important developmental years preferentially conditioning your brain while it is most malleable to think that this is normal. You have been sold a false paradigm, and some of you are saying, "But John, I never grew up with TV. I was not being subverted by these elite transgenders." Do you remember how I defined modeling in terms of actual therapy? If all of the people around you behave positively to a certain stimulus, you will subliminally adapt that same ideal. Do you get it? We keep each other in this same paradigm just by the very power of the majority believing in the paradigm. You probably have so many questions that it is hard to even comprehend. The rabbit hole is a place where questions turn into questions, answers, and more questions. But trust me, all of the questions you have about the elite gender inversion have been answered. To start, you're probably asking why, which is, of course, the most important question and the only one I will not address here. It has been answered elsewhere. The questions of how, when, and where have also been answered, so let's discuss the who. Extensive research has been done into the family trees of the elites that are in control of the modern world. This has revealed that every single president shares familial ties. Dozens of Hollywood stars have been linked, some by only a single generation. Obama is even linked to Tiger Woods. Have you ever wondered why so many celebrities look alike? How many people do you know in your life that look stunningly similar? You were born into a pre-owned plane with the hope that you would die before ever understanding the nature of your own slavery. The television has been a source of escape, but also chains that I hope to have broken. Our entire reality is being written for us by a quill whose ink is composed of the fear of social rejection, on a paper whose mind is too weak from deliberate malnutrition and pointless menial tasks labeled as a career, whose agency is under the guise of science bought and paid for by the same elite whose families have had their hand in the guidance of humanity for hundreds of years. This quill, this instrument of predetermined destiny, has been writing a very specific plotline for humanity that has bloomed into fruition all that it was scripting and more. Are you humanity? Are you ready to swallow the pill of reality?